What is really happening with you when you are on semen retention? Brothers and sisters, I'm here to answer you this question. I've been doing semen retention with very many types of periods, and for a very long time I've been experimenting with this. And so currently I can tell that I'm on day, I don't know, but more than a year. So pretty much I've been on the semen retention for more than a year, meaning that I've been holding it, brother. I've been holding it. Obviously wet dreams does happen, but that's part of the journey. That's your thing. And so I just wanted to clarify and state some very important parts and very important aspects, because there are many people who are misunderstanding this journey greatly, and I just wanted to give some perspective, which are the actual turning points which, due to my best experience and opinion, matter. So start with the questions. Brothers and sisters, will you have these superpowers when you're holding your semen? What will really change? And so perhaps the greatest change is that yes, the answer for this question is partly yes. You will have a huge energy, and this huge energy will be inside of your body, and I would call it, or I would describe it as a tingling sensation, which is all around here in your pelvis and your bit between your belly and pelvis, so pretty much here in this area. And so what is happening is that you're just feeling this energy build up all the time. And so how you can experience it also is kind of an anxiety, can be kind of an anxiety and kind of a go. So it is, I would say, the mixture of the two. It's like, I have to go, and also I'm feeling a bit anxious about this. There are many times when you're in a different state and in a different mood, it's more like angry. It's like, man, I can't destroy, I can't kill. Just kidding. Obviously, this is a few thousand years ago, that was a tendency, definitely. So, and with this huge energy, this is just all built up inside yourself, and you're just simply feeling that you must freaking do something with it. And so the actual thing is that nowadays I'm feeling that I cannot sit still. What I'm feeling is that I just simply cannot sit still for a long time, because I have days, for example, today is a Sunday, and I woke up with such a huge muscle ache because of yesterday's workout. I've been doing very good. Shoulder workout, finally got back to the gym and reworking the muscles, which street workout wasn't the best method to work with. And so I just felt this sensation in my body that, bro, like I'm just so overwhelmed, I'm just so exhausted. And my body just told me differently. I was like, man, I have to wake up. I want to finish up this business process. I want to go, I want to move. And so before this journey, I would consider myself that I had very many tendencies to feel very blue and to feel very lost in life. Like not seeing the next chapter of my life, to feeling like shit is not the best, and just turning on some nice pornography, jacking off, or just turning on a Netflix movie and just like, man, or smoking a cigar and let this thing go, or just simply going out there and drinking until I couldn't freaking see, and made a lot of many BS that a full human being can do. Like, I've done everything drunk. So yeah, but getting back to the point over here, brothers and sisters, since that I do not feel like it. It kind of feels like I got a kind of a certainty. I got a kind of a go. And for example, today morning I was like, man, like this. For example, I got this business process. It's like a simplified business process or of a more complex process, and I really didn't necessarily have to set that thing up. I could have just sent out some manual emails, like 2 emails, but I decided to build up a system, because I was like, man, I know that this is not the most impactful part of my business, but I was like, man, I have to build this thing up. Man, I have to build this thing up, because something from inside of me is just like pushing. And so something is also always inside of me, whether it be like I'm just figuring out a little tiny thing in Google Sheets in my business, but I have to do that thing, and I always see the next thing. And so talking about this bigger picture, brothers and sisters, this is the foundation and the building stone of something greater. Because this energy simply must come out of yourself in some way. It must come out. Brothers and sisters, this is a creative energy, whether you believe it or not. Because whether you're living this thing out, if you will, so with working out, with working more with your body, or having your soul, or having more of a mental work when you're creating, or involving into arts when you have to create something. The point is that you have to give this thing out. And I do feel this greatly, that by the end of the day, I either have to build a business process, either have to have a very, very good song that I've produced, either I have to have a very, very good video that I shot, or even I have to have something in sports that I push through my limits. So I just need to give this thing out somehow. This is like, I have to create something, I have to do something with this thing. And so this energy, if channeled correctly, which by the time comes automatically, it's like, it is just coming automatically, then you will just simply gain this whole energy, and it will becoming a whole reinforcing cycle, because now I'm just simply channeling this energy into sports many times, and business, and sports is giving me back this huge energy loop that, man, like I have this energy that I channeled into sports, therefore my body became stronger, so therefore I have more energy. It's like you're just growing and growing and growing. The same thing with business. You're just putting this energy inside, creating something, creating not only financial wealth for yourself, but a working system for many people out there. And this is something that is building, like this is a self-reinforcing cycle, if you will. So this is how and why this whole thing is changing your life. These are These are, I would say, the benefits, or I would say the biggest benefit, because I could talk about this for a freaking year if you would let me. And brothers and sisters, I would like to finish up this video with something which is a downside of this thing, which is a huge downside of this thing. Because obviously everything, yin and yang, brothers, everything, black and white, it's like everything's freaking good side, bad side, so on and so forth. If you cannot really find a device to channel this energy into, you can just really put yourself into a place when you have certain activities and when you have certain times, and since you are living a very disciplined life, and since you are very much like setting the activities that you are doing and you're not doing, when you cannot really find a channel to channel this thing out, the method to channel this thing out, then it can hurt you very badly on every single level, mentally, spiritually, physically. Brothers and sisters, I'm telling you, let me tell you an example. For example, you've got done a killer fucking workout session throughout the day, and you set yourself that you will have to build up this business process today. Before that, you will not eating, for example. This is how my system is built up. I know that this is a tiny bit fucked up, but this is the downside that I wanted to talk about. And for example, yesterday too, I felt like, man, like I don't have freaking energy, but something is moving me. It's like I physically don't have energy, I mentally don't have energy, but something from my spirit is just holding me, and I'm simply clicking that fucking button, and it takes 4 times more than you know, clear with energy, but I'm still getting that shit done. And so, for example, yesterday that was perhaps the wrong device to channel that energy into. Perhaps I should have just, you know, grab a book and, you know, just like simply read a bit, and after that, you know, like have my dopamines done and eat. And so, brothers and sisters, you can just simply get into this loop when you just simply want too much to yourself, and rather not to give that thing out any other way, you will be forcing that thing to give that thing out. And there are many days with the working out too. So for example, today, since I set up to run till Christmas at least, perhaps I'll be running my life till I freaking die, but till Christmas I set up that I'll be running. I don't care about the weather, I don't care about anything. And one day I had this huge energy I had to give off in the gym, and I was like, man, today we'll be having like freaking day, so let's freaking squat, brother. Next day, you can imagine the running session, it was a freaking struggle. Today is the day after that, it is an even bigger struggle. But I gone through that, and this wasn't necessary, you know. I could have just simply gone to the gym and do something else. It's like, man, like you just have to be very cautious with the places where you're channeling it. So you I'm not kidding with this thing. You have to plan where you're putting these energies. You have to plan where you're putting these energies, brothers, because otherwise it will be freaking killing you. So better better start with that, because the, you know, randomly going from here to there and just, you know, doing random shit is not working with this thing, brother. If you're doing long term, you have to plan out where to put this thing. And this is what manning up means also. It's like, I have this energy, I know where I want to go, I do that thing, brothers. Decisions promptly and definitely. Decisions promptly and definitely. So many things that you will be gaining, which will not be seen on the surface definitely at that very moment, but will be seen especially from others' perspective, and will be seen if the time will be if the time will pass, and you will be able to just simply have a great reflection. Brothers and sisters, all of you who are on this journey, keep it on. Don't you dare freaking stopping. Love.